Dawn of Defense. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Dawn of Defense blends real-time strategy, tower defense, and roguelike progression. In a last defense, lead your tribe against the Empire. Command warriors in battle, fortify defenses, and build an economy as you fight to reclaim your ancestral homeland. This is a weird tower defense set. Before I start, by the way, yes, I'm reviewing Crimson Desert. I think that's what it's called. Comes out on the 19th, I think. I have asked for a key, but I doubt I'll get one, so my review will be a couple of days after the game drops, because it is a big game. But I just thought I'd put that out because I know people have been asking in the comments. But anyway, back to Dawn of Defense. It's Tower Defense Week on Steam at the minute. It ends today, actually. This is one of the best ones. I've played about 6 Tower Defense games over the last few days. I'll be covering a couple this week. This is, I think, my favourite. It kind of expands on the basic tower defense game where you put down towers, shoot the enemy as they try to get to your gate to blow it up. You know, that's the kind of normal basic tower defense. What this gives is RTS and an economy and roguelike. All good stuff, all good stuff. So you've got these little islands. You start with the one that you own. It's highlighted, it's all green and lush and lovely. The other islands are kind of like dull and dark and shaded because you haven't took them. Now, to take an island, you have to build a bridge from your island to their island and attack it with soldiers and your hero. You have a hero unit, which is really tough, and you have barracks that you build, and you can get spearmen and axemen and all that coming out of there. But at the same time as you're doing that, the enemy is building bridges towards your lands and taking your lands. And also, outside of these islands, on the actual lower ground, the trenches, if you like, he's launching against your island's main gate, and you can see at the top all the little blue marks. That's the health of your gate. So you've got to build towers on your islands to fire into the trenches to take out the enemy. At the same time, you've also got to be building buildings to try and get an economy going. You can have buildings that give you gold after every turn, after every wave, and there's obviously your towers. It's just a demo, this, so you don't get very far with. There's not a lot to play with in the demo. You've got a smattering of towers, the medieval stuff. Buckets of tar to slow them down. Barrels of tar rather. Catapults, ballistas, that kind of stuff. But the 3 blends work very well together. It's really fun taking over the islands and getting the buffs that might be on that islands with different buildings that you find there, building up your economy and defending against the different waves that are coming your way. There is a roguelike element in the form of a tech tree, but you can't really see much of it because it isn't actually in the demo. And I assume they are permanent upgrades for your next run. I hope they are, because the game's quite hard. You can also apparently, when the game comes out, move trees, chop them down and things like that. So there's probably a more expanded, I'm sure there'll be a very expanded economy and things to build on top of that. So it has a lot of potential, this. You just get a quick taste in the demo. The demo's up as I speak, but it might be going down today because the Tower Defense Week ends today on the 16th. So this is certainly worth a look. Dawn of Defense, I'll give it a full review when it comes out.